Hi, it's Mal, your gal pal, the host of Those Are the Girls with Mallory and Friends. If you're looking for a podcast that's talking about relationship, careers, and pop culture from the Christian perspective, look no further. You have found her. And this podcast, myself and some of my friends are sharing our opinions from the Christian perspective, and they might be a little bit different than what you're expecting. So go ahead, pour yourself some tea. Let's get into it. The views expressed on this podcast are our own and do not reflect our employers. Enjoy. Hi, I am Mal, your gal pal, and this is Those Are the Girls with Mallory and Friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Those Are the Girls. For those who are new to the show, this is a show where myself and sometimes my friends, this is a solo episode, but sometimes my friends, we talk about life, career, relationships, and pop culture from the Christian perspective. We're talking about things that women like, women are interested in. It's just like a really girly pop podcast. I was gonna say episode as well, but like podcast. It's just like a really girly pop podcast. And today's episode is just like a quick 10-minute kind of like summer overview, some things that I'm thinking about this summer, some things that I want to share with you guys, some things that I would love for you guys to share with me. You can always reach out to me, hello.thosearethegirls@gmail.com. So I kind of want to talk about like what I'm doing this summer and, hopefully share it with you. So first I want to say that by this time, if you have not already done it, you should subscribe to the email. I have sent out my very first newsletter, The Pink Pour. I sent out my very first newsletter, The Pink Pour, and my heart behind this newsletter is really just sharing some things that are on my mind. So maybe like a scripture or something that I've seen, sharing a podcast that I listened to that was really meaningful, a book that I read that I thought was interesting, and not just like a Christian book, but like maybe a fantasy book that meant a lot to me. And this June is like June starts the summer, so it's going to be things that I've pretty much done for between January and June, and just some experiences that I had that I want to encourage you to do, and maybe even some interactive things that you can email me back, or you can talk to me more. You can reach out, message me on Instagram, or however you want to communicate with me. Sorry, this piece of hair was like, so you can communicate with me that way. So the Pink Pour is out by now. And if you have not already, please subscribe. I have talked about this, and I'm actually going to do an episode about this. I think next week episode will be about this. It's kind of just going analog and like not being as online, I guess, for lack of a better word, as online as I was before, and how I want all of us to kind of get in this way. And I think that, so my Instagram is filled with like whimsical things, mermaid things, and then talking about going to analog, like my For You page, talking about going to analog and crafts and doing this and like creating your own curriculum and learning and doing all this stuff. And like that is kind of the direction I want my life to go in right now, especially as someone who has, I don't have children, I'm not married, so I have all this extra time that I would not have if I was married and had children and had these other responsibilities. So I just want to encourage that for you guys as well, so you can join me in this journey. One of the biggest things that I want out of Those Other Girls is the other girls movement. Essentially, it's just this feeling of community and feeling like you're not alone in your beliefs and what you're going through. That was really the heart behind the podcast when I first started it. And it's a lot of things have changed. Listen to last week's episode to talk a little bit about influencer culture and everything. A lot of things have changed since then, but really, I just built this community, this brand, all of this just for girls like myself who are feeling kind of alone or like they're the only ones in this season. So I just really, really, really hope that you guys listening, anybody that is on the email subscriber list, that you guys will know that you're not alone and you have community and you can reach out to me. A lot of times our people that we have in person, we have tons of fun with them. We have a lot of plans and things like that. But like sometimes you just want to go through things with someone. And I just really encourage you to reach out if you ever feel any like kinship to anything that I have said. Like, for example, another thing I want to talk about is I'm doing Patch Summer on TikTok. It was this girl, she was saying she and her friends they found a website, you can order like Girl Scout patches, and then they're going to iron them onto like canvas bags every time they do an activity. And I saw that, and my first thought was like, oh my goodness, that sounds so fun. I want to do it so badly. send it to my friends. Nobody wants to do it with me. That's fine. This is something that I desire. I want to do, so I'm going to do it. That's also a little side note. If you ever are excited about something, want to do something, and like none of your friends want to do it, don't let that deter you. Like, you still do it. Like, it is still something that you want to do. Like, don't ever let the absence of people cause you not to do something you want to do. That is something that I learned years ago, and I have held up to that. So, but yeah, so I'm doing Patch Summer. I would love, love, love for someone to join me. If you're listening and you're like, you know what, I want to do that too. It's so fun to like, it gives you a goal. It gives you something to look forward to. And it's just, I don't know, it's fun. Last night, I actually earned my craft badge, and I had a craft night with one of my friends, and it was just like really fun. I took pictures. I'm also doing a photo album for this summer, and I also have a journal for the summer. I'll talk about that in the pour and reflect section. But yeah, like, it just gives you something fun to look forward to and something to be excited about. So let me read to you, and I will link this. I'll maybe put this on a blog post if you're interested in doing Patch Summer with me. And then let me know. Maybe we can like hop on a Zoom or something and like, send each other pictures when we get our badges. But so I have a craft night badge, which I earned last night. Fun at the lake. I'm want to earn that in 2 weeks. Beach, I'm earning that in a couple weeks. Zoo trip. There is a petting zoo in like right outside of Charlotte that I really want to go to. It's not a petting zoo. It's like you get in your car and you feed the animals. I have not been there since I was a kid, but I've really been thinking about it. I really, really want to go to one. So hopefully I'll be able to do that. There's a dance. There's this disco place in Charlotte that I have wanted to go to so badly. It's like disco. I really want to go. Journaling. I'm going to talk about that like this summer. I am truly being intentional. I am journaling. Farmers market. STEM. So let me tell you what I want to do with STEM. My plan, not in June. My June is so busy. July or August, I want to do some sort of STEM project. If you have an idea, let me know. I'm going to do some sort of STEM project. I've always wanted to get into 3D printing, but the library, as of June 1st, library no longer has open, it's not like an open maker's mark for the 3D printer. So, silly. But I want to do something STEM related. Like, I want to do like a project, almost like, I remember I did a summer camp, and it was like one of those 1 week summer camps, and we like raised butterflies or something like that. Like, I want to do something fancy, technology, engineering, mathematics related. I don't know. Something different. I'm probably going to do some research on it, and I'll let you guys know what I do. And if you have any ideas of something that I can do, that's not going to cost too much money, and that'll just be like brain stimulating, just something like interesting, let me know. Next, I want to go to a science museum. The Discovery Place has like a young adults night, and I really want to go sometime this summer. Discovery Place is one of those, is a science museum in Charlotte. An art museum, the Mint Museum has like really cool things. They are finishing up their women's body tour thing, and then there's going to be an event on the 3rd of June. So ideally, hopefully I'll go to that. Game night. My friends and I have game nights all the time. Picnic. I really want to do a picnic this summer. Oh, and then My Heritage. So in the 6th grade at my school, you would do like a My Heritage like notebook thing where you like do research and you like find out who your ancestors were. So I did my dad's side. This time I want to do my mom's side and just like do a little bit of research, just kind of look into some things, and then do like a tiny little presentation and maybe present it to, if someone else is doing these badges, present it to them. And if not, just do it for myself. So I think it's interesting. So those are the patches that I'm going to do. Like I said, I did a craft night last night, so I got the bag. Patches are, I guess, in the mail. It's like it's not a weird website, but you can tell they were not expecting the influx, which good for them, seriously. So hopefully my patches will come soon. So I ordered the patches. I haven't gotten the patches yet, but I did get my canvas bag, and then I decorated with some beads and some charms. I think I might add ribbon to it. We'll see. But I have that, and then yeah, like I said, we'll see what more I do. But I earned my craft badge last night, so that was fun. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, if you guys have any ideas, and if you want to do this, like seriously, like let me know. I would love, 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 love to do this with someone, and we can and maybe with multiple people, we can even have like a group chat or something, and it'll be a fun way to like connect with like friends outside of your state or your area or whatever. So yeah. So I'm so excited for it. That's my plan for the summer. And some other things I want to share. Last year for summer, you guys suggested Fourth Wing to Read. Was not bad, was not good. Did not really like it as much, but I did do an oops spoilers on it. And I'm really excited for this year's book. This year's book, let me just pull up, I need to pull up my docket. This year's book I'm really excited for is The Nameless Heir. And what's really cool is we're going to do oops spoilers, and Elise has interviewed the author. So it's going to be really cool. We're going to read it this summer. We're going to do an oops spoilers about it, and then we're going to have an interview, an oops spoilers interview with the author. Let me read to you what The Nameless Heir. Oh, also, it's independent. It's by an independent, not artist, author. Well, writing is kind of an art. So an independent author is the more professional name. So let me read to you the description. Fallon was born to be on a throne, and let the gods hear her when she swore she would sit upon that throne again, no matter what it took. A fugitive hell-bent on revenge, Fallon needs an army if she's going to reclaim her birthright as the heir to the Bolvarian clan. Alas, her reputation as Barwin's bastard leads to her capture and imprisonment in enemy lands. Fallon's cellmate, a hoodler named Elwyn, pulls back the curtain to a world straight out of her late mother's storybooks. Fairies. The Fae were real. Promising to get Elwyn home, Fallon pauses her plans of vengeance. A strange boy with mismatched eyes reluctantly helps the girls to safety, but the Fae realm of Elfine is not as perfect as her old-time bed stories portrayed it to be. As the last Fire Fae, Fjonn Adolf has set his sights on reclaiming the Ash Throne and ruling Elfine. Unbeknownst to him, a trio of half-blooded misfits might be the last thing standing in the way. But there is a far darker enemy working in the shadows, and it's going to take more than a broken girl, an outcast boy, and an abandoned maiden to stop them. So I'm super excited to read this and for you guys to hear from the author. And yeah, so it's going to be great. And that's what we're going to be reading this summer. I want to see Aquamarine sometime this summer. When I do see it, I'll let you know. And then I'll do no spoilers. And then we can discuss it as a group. Yeah, so that's kind of just what's going to be happening this summer. There hasn't really been anything interesting going on to discuss from a pop culture standpoint. So none of that this episode. This is just more of a housekeeping, I guess you could say. And last thing I want to do is talk about the pour and reflect. So this summer, I'm earning my journaling patch. And how am I doing that? I am earning my journaling patch by trying to journal at least once a week. Be intentional. I do have a journal, and I don't know why journaling is so hard for me. I was telling my friend, I was like, I need questions, which is why I'm really glad that I have questions now to reflect. So I got this journal that I'm taking the plastic off because I literally just got it from Amazon. I'll link it. This is my summer journal. My summer journal. I think it's super cute. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just some of these pour and reflect questions. I'm going to journal it here and just really think. And some of these are deep, some of them are not. I will post these, but the main one to just start the summer is, what parts of yourself have you abandoned because adulthood told you they were childish? What are some things in your life that you're I don't really want to do anymore. I'm childish. And this is just a side note. I think those of us that are kind of older but still single, I literally was talking to my friend. I have a group of friends that are a little bit younger than me, and I get along with them really well. And it's really funny because part of it is I am youthful at heart, but also it's I don't have kids. I'm not married. I don't have those same responsibilities that some of my friends that, quite frankly, that are younger than me do have. So our lives look a little different when it comes to that. I really enjoy doing activities, going out, having fun, being around people. And my friends that are married and, long-term relationships or have kids, their lives just look, different. So we were talking about that. And there's a part of you that's well, I'm 31, so I should be X, Y, and Z. But why, I guess, especially if I don't have kids and I don't have a relationship, why not just enjoy being some of the things that I enjoy, I guess. I don't know how else to say it. So yeah, so that's just something I've been thinking about. What makes you feel most alive? When do you feel most like yourself? And then if your summer had a theme, what would it be? Please tell me that. I think that's so fun. And then what are you hoping this summer feels like? Not just what you are planning to accomplish. So these are just some questions that so I'm recording this on Sunday. I'm probably going to answer these questions in my journal tonight before I go to bed. And I encourage you, by the time you hear this, you answer these questions in your journal before you go to bed. Just some things that, like, pour and reflect. Pour some tea, sit somewhere at a desk in your room, dim the lights, have your pen, and just kind of like reflect on what makes you feel alive. When do you feel your most yourself? What do you want this summer to be? And what parts of you did you just like? What activities, what things did you just go, you know what? It's just too childish. I'm not going to do. Yeah. So that's the important class. I guess that's it. I don't really know how else to wrap this up. But if you enjoyed this episode, let me know. Like, seriously, reach out, message me, comment on YouTube, on Spotify, on email, however. Just get in contact with me if you want to do the patch summer. If there's like a lot of, like I said, maybe you made a group chat or something. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you get a journal. I got this from Amazon. Maybe I'll link it if you want to get someone a journal like this. I just think it's so cute, and it's like the shells and the bow and the pearls. It's like perfect for summer. For Whimsical Mermaid Summer, if you want to join me in Whimsical Mermaid Summer. Yeah. All right. So have a good day, night, evening. However, wherever you're listening. Bye.